Hey kids, welcome to the Family Olympics breakout session. I'm excited, I'm ready to have some fun. I hope you are too. My name is Scott Smith. I am the Children's Ministry Leader for the Grace North Network of Churches in Arizona. I'm out here in Mesa, Arizona today and ready to have some fun. So, let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. Do you like the Olympics? I love the Olympics. I've been known to take time off work to watch hours and hours and hours of Olympics. I was super disappointed when it got postponed this year, but I can't wait to see what happens in Tokyo next year. You know, they've added some new events this year, this coming Olympics. They've added surfing, they've added skateboarding, they've added rock climbing for the first time in the Olympics for some of these events. Some of them are coming back. I believe surfing was in the Olympics before. I think softball's coming back. They have a few things like that, and that's super cool. We're going to see even more sports in the Olympics. Well, we're not going to do those right here. As you can tell, there's no water for surfing, no rocks for rock climbing. But we're going to have some fun, and we're going to do some Olympic-inspired games. But first, we're going to start off our Olympics like the Olympics start out. They have the opening ceremonies. We're not going to do that. I can't do a big giant show. It's just me. And then right after that, though, they do the Parade of Nations. And that's where the athletes get to walk behind their flag of the country they're representing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start out by making a flag for our group of people that are playing together today. So your household, your friends, your kids, the other siblings that are in your house, however many you have, you're going to make a flag for your household. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, let's look at some of the flags of some of the countries that are in the Olympics. Some flags are super simple. Take Poland, for example. Their flag is just an equal division. One half is red, one half is white. And then there's flags like America. You know, the United States of America. Ours is a little different. It has a bunch of stripes on it, red and white. It has white stars on a blue background in the corner. But it's still just some symbols, so that's pretty easy to come up with. Some countries have more of a design on their flag. For example, the country of Kosovo actually has its outline on its flag. The country of Argentina has a sun right in the middle of its flag. And so there's all kinds of things. Your family flag could just be colors. It could be symbols. It could be drawings. It could be stripes. It could be polka dots. It could be whatever you want it to be. So before we start making it, though, we're going to take 1 minute to think about what we want on this flag. We can also use this minute to grab some more supplies if you don't have enough crayons or markers or whatever you need to make this flag. So make sure you have your paper ready, and then you have your crayons or markers or colored pencils, and we're going to take 1 minute to think about what we want on our flag. Don't start drawing yet. Just think about it. And I will be back in 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Did you have your thoughts in order? You ready to make your flag? All right, we have a little more time to actually make our flag. We're going to take 5 minutes. So it's not a lot of time, so you're going to have to work quickly, but it just gives you a little bit of time to draw your flag. It doesn't be real big, it's just a normal piece of paper. When we're done with drawing our flag, we're going to do our own little parade of nations. Our host today is going to try and get a couple of you guys to share your flag in front of your camera so that we can all see it. Now, we probably won't have time to see everyone's, and so what you can do is when you're done with making your flag, I want you to take a picture of it, share it to our Facebook group, hashtag it Family Olympics, and that way we can all see the flags that we made for today. All right, so you're gonna have 5 minutes to work on your flag. So I'm just gonna leave here for a minute and give you some time. So are you ready? 5 minutes starting now. All right, that was great. I love to see the creativity that you guys can come up with when it comes to your flags. Now, don't forget, share your flag on the Facebook page, even if it got shown here. That way, everyone who's part of this experience will get a chance to see it. All right, so does everyone have your pool noodle? That was on our supplies. That's what we need for this event, is one pool noodle each. And we're gonna play some Olympic-inspired events using just a pool noodle. So we're gonna start with fencing. Does anyone know what fencing is? Just shout it out if you know it. I'm sure you do. Fencing is a form of sword fighting, although they use a special sword that is a blunt end, so they can't stab each other. They wear protective clothing, and they wear a mask so that they can't get hurt. But we don't have the mask or the specific clothing, so we're using a pool noodle. And fencing is a very specific set of rules. They don't just swing around wildly. They actually only go in a straight line, and they have to touch in specific places, right on their chest. And that's how they score. They score by getting what they call a touch, not by stabbing someone, just by touching them. So that is how they do fencing. Fencing is one of the oldest Olympic sports. It was there in 1896 when the Olympics first started, or the modern Olympics first started. It's one of the oldest Olympic events. And so in fencing, there's basically two main things that they do. They either lunge, and that's when they try and touch them in their chest, or they parry, and that's when they use their own sword or pool noodle to knock the other one away. And then how we play a round of fencing is pretty simple. You play the best in 5. So the first person who gets 3 touches wins. And so you'll stand in on guard position. You'll face each other. And when we say go, or when they say fence, or however we decide to say go, you try and touch the other person. And that's the simple thing, is you're not trying to hurt them, you're not trying to whack them, you're just trying to touch them. And you're trying to touch them right in their chest. That is where it's the safest place to touch them. And so once someone gets a touch, so you'll have to have 2 people fencing and someone judging, or you guys can judge yourselves if you feel confident in that. And then once someone gets a touch, you stop and you set up and you do it again. And so we're gonna fence till 5 rounds, and whoever has the most touches in 5 rounds, the person has 3 touches, they win that round. And so we're gonna take some time and we're gonna do it. So first we can all practice together. Everyone stand up, grab your pool noodle, get in your on guard position. Means your sword or your pool noodle is out front, your backhand is back. And then when I say lunge, you're just gonna step forward like you're fencing. And you're starting your on guard and ready, lunge and go. And then if we parry, if someone is going this at us, what we wanna do is just knock it out of the way. And then once you knock it out of the way, you can do it back to them. It's real simple, there's no running around. Because right now I'm in Arizona, it's hot. If I ran around, I'd get too tired. It's just gonna be a lunge or a parry. You're gonna see who can get the 3 touches first. So we're gonna give ourselves some time to play this game. You can play multiple rounds. So we're gonna take at least 5 minutes, maybe even some more, to fence with each other. Are you ready? If there's multiple people in your round, once you've done 1 round, if there's more than 2 people in your group, you guys can switch partners. If there's just you and your parents, then that's awesome. Just keep going. Play as many rounds as you can. And so we're gonna go for, let's say we'll go for 7 minutes to see how many rounds of fencing we can get done. Are you ready? Is everyone in your on guard position? All right, so I'm gonna put a timer on the screen and we are going to go for 7 minutes and then we're gonna come back at you. All right, ready and go. won? Who had the most touches? Was it fun? They're all pretty great things. I want to know about it. And I can't see you all. And so I want to make sure you guys share with us what happened. Where do you do that? You do it on the Facebook group page for this event, and you just hashtag it Family Olympics, and that way we can see what happened. And I didn't tell you this before, but we love to have your pictures on there of what you're doing. So if you didn't get a picture while you were fencing, everyone stand up, get your pool noodle, get ready in your on guard position, and take a picture now. And then you can share it to the group so we can all see how much fun you had playing this game. All right, so that was fencing, one of the oldest sports in the Olympics. So for another really old sport, and it's the javelin throw. This happens on the track and field as part of where they do all the running and then they throw things. You know, as you can tell, I wasn't a track and field person myself, but I love watching it. I find it super interesting to see how far they can throw these things. I'm not any good at it. And so I like seeing people who are. And so we're gonna use the same thing, the same pool noodle that we used as our sword, now as our javelin. And it sure sounds like I'm making this a bunch of weapons, but in these sports, no one's getting hurt. You're not using them against anyone else. And so for the javelin throw, you need a little more space. You can do it inside still. You just need to make sure you're not throwing it towards anything that is breakable. Or you can go out into your front yard, whichever works, front yard or backyard, and see how far you can throw it there. So you're gonna wanna have your pool noodle or your javelin. Then you're gonna wanna have something to mark how far you threw it. You can use a shoe, you can use a book, you can use anything so that you can throw it, and then you can try it again and see if you can beat your own record and see how far you can throw it. Just don't need to measure it because a pool noodle doesn't go as far as an actual javelin. But what you want to try and do is beat your best throw each time and see how much farther you can get it each time. All right, so for this event, I'm gonna give you some more time than I gave you for fencing because you might have to go out to a yard to do it. So we're gonna give a little more time. We're gonna give 10 minutes. And I want you to try and beat yourself as many times as you can. That's the goal, and this one is to see how many times you can beat your own throw. Not necessarily who can throw the farthest in your family, but how many times can you beat your own throw? We'll see what happens when we get back. And don't forget, take pictures. I want to see you guys in your javelin throw. I want to see what you're using as markers. We want to see everything that's going on today. And so make sure when you take your pictures and you load them to the Facebook page, hashtag Family Olympics so that we know what's going on. So we're going to take 10 minutes right now, 10 minutes, and we're going to see how many times we can beat our own throw. All right, how'd you do? Did you beat yourself? Were you able to throw it farther the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or the fifth time? So we're going to do another event that's been at the Olympics for a long, long time, and it's called equestrian. Anyone know what that word means? You're right, it means horse. And so one of the Olympic events that they do is they have their horses, and they don't do horse racing, but they do jumping. And so it's only one person at a time, and they have to basically run their horse through an obstacle course. So we're going to take 3 minutes, and we're going to turn our space we're in into an obstacle course. It doesn't have to be very hard. Stick a chair in the middle, and you have to go around the chair. Pick which wall you're going to go to first, but in your house, in the room you're in, make a plan for your obstacle course. We give you 3 minutes to work on your obstacle course, to bring out some chairs. You might have something small you can jump over, but make sure it's not dangerous. Keep it easy. More you want things you can run around in circles and then hit one wall, and then go around something else and go to another wall. So we're going to take 3 minutes, and we are going to work on creating our obstacle course. All right, take your time, your 3 minutes starting now. All right, you know what I'm going to ask for now, right? Yep, pictures. I want pictures of your obstacle course. I want to see what you came up with. Then I'm going to want pictures of you doing your obstacle course. And we can see who can do it the fastest in your group. But again, the goal, we're going to want to do it multiple times, is not necessarily to see who's the fastest in your group, but if you can beat your own time each time. Because this is a family Olympics of us and our houses, in our churches, wherever we're at. And our goal is not necessarily to be who's the best there, but for us to get better each and every time. And so how do you turn your pool noodle into a horse? Well, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna pretend like you're gonna ride it. And so you're gonna have your pool noodle, you're gonna ride it like you would a stick pony if you had one of those, and you're gonna run your obstacle course, but be careful, be safe. Don't run too hard. Your goal is to get it more efficient and quicker each time. So we're gonna take another 7 minutes so you can do your obstacle course multiple times and see if you can beat your time each time. All right, so what I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need pictures. I wanna see you doing this. And then share those pictures once again to our Facebook group, #FamilyOlympics, so we can see what you're doing and see the fun that we're all having. We might be in different places, we might be all over America for this, but we're gonna see what we're doing together all at the same time. All right, and we put 7 minutes on the clock. Ready and go. All right, I hope you guys had as much fun as I had today. Once again, I want to see those pictures, maybe some videos, share them on the Facebook page. I want to see what you guys did today. If we have some more time before we wrap up, we can see some more of your flags, and we'll hopefully share them with the group. But once again, share your pictures online on our Facebook page, in our closed group, #FamilyOlympics, so we can all be part of this together. Once again, my name is Scott Smith, coming at you from Arizona, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thank you for joining us. I love the Olympics, and I hope we got a chance to have some fun with it today. Have a great day, guys.